We have an update on the story about the woman who took the life of her father. As details are coming in, it turns out that this woman worked for Blue Origin, and she was married to a somewhat prominent media personality and trans woman who has worked for the Daily Beast and for Fusion, as well as reportedly a publication called Them, which is an LGBTQ publication. I don't want to allude too much to this story. I will give you the updated details, but I do think we need to say women are being radicalized in this country. Apparently, this woman who took the life of her father said that it was an act of liberation, that there was something important about the election. I think she had a psychotic break, but I have to wonder. Now, I'm going to read you the story, but I'm going to show you this. This is from Gallup, Trends in Liberal Identification Among U.S. Women by Age. And we can see that since 2013, women have been radicalized to a large degree, a 10% increase. Now, I'm not saying every woman is radicalized. I am not saying that, all women are violent or anything like that. I'm saying that we can see in the data, women are being radicalized and men are not. The political view, liberal identification among men of all ages, stable. And they actually say that. The Gallup says women have become more liberal, men mostly stable. I think what we are seeing with stories like this is radicalization. My assumption on this woman is that she's been indoctrinated by a consistent stream of orange man bad. She's watching the election. There's her dad, the embodiment of patriarchy. And she took his life. Now, what's weird is the title of this article is Power Lesbian Corey Burke Murders Her Father with an Ice Axe. I don't know what a power lesbian is, but this is a female that was married to a male. So whatever, but the male wants to be a woman. I'm not going to get involved in their terminology. I'm just going to give you the details. They say this. A Blue Origin employee married to a prominent trans author has been accused of killing her elderly father with an ice axe. Well, according to the story, she admitted to doing it. Burke is a training manager at Jeff Bezos' rockets and spacecraft company, Blue Origin, confessed to killing her father after he refused to turn off the lights, according to charging documents. After emerging from the house with blood dripping, she confessed to police she freaked out, claiming there was something important about Election Day. Burke reportedly told detectives that she knew she could not convince her father to keep the lights off, so she went upstairs to retrieve the murder weapon. She then tripped her father and strangled him before attacking him with an ice axe. And you know what's really sad? This is a horrifying story. She bit him, hit him several times, and they found his body in the basement. I don't know if this story is true or what the details are. This is what they're reporting. She's not been convicted of any crimes. They're saying in this that she confessed to it. There's a bunch of outlets saying that she went and smashed the windows out. Again, all reportedly, claiming it was an act of liberation. In this story, apparently she was saying it was very difficult to do what she did. Not emotionally, physically. And I think this story is that this woman's father did not want to hurt his daughter. That's what I get from reading this. She claimed she knew she needed to do it that day. She said that he was too strong. I'm not going to go into great graphic detail. I'm not interested. She said that her father labored to breathe. She sat down next to him. I think what happened is that her dad was probably a normal guy. It's possible he was abusive. I honestly don't know. But based on the ideology and radicalization of people like this, I think it may be that she decided to end the patriarchy. She had some radicalized view of what was going on. She attacked her father, and he didn't fight back. That's the story. And I think, I'm like, how does this woman actually pull this off against her dad? Well, he's older. He was 67. But I have to imagine he didn't fight back. She said she wanted to say how difficult it was, but then she used a weapon. The police report includes her claims that she'd been reborn on her 33rd birthday. She initially did not police enter the home. What does that mean? Detectives only went after neighbors expressed concern. A neighbor first dialed 911 after spotting her smashing picture windows. The officer who responded of that call discovered the horror she'd unleashed inside. Man, that's crazy. So this is where it gets really weird. She's married to Samantha Lee Allen. So they report, I want to be very careful here. She has previously worked at the Daily Beast and is currently an editor at Condé Nast. She has not commented on the allegations. They recovered a silver and blue ice climbing pick. I don't know if they mentioned any more about the, they say her wife, Samantha Lee Allen, is an editor. I mean, Samantha Lee Allen is a male, so it's a female married to a male. Allen previously worked as a writer covering LGBTQ issues for the Daily Beast and Fusion Media. Wild. As you all know, I worked at Fusion as well. In fact, Samantha Lee Allen has a GLAAD Media Awards, has written several books, and is a feature in Wikipedia talking about coming out as trans in 2012 and a bunch of other issues. And this is the person they claim that she is married to. Now, if you pull up the Fusion archive, this is fusion.tv. This individual had written several articles. One, President Trump is a disaster for transgender people. Okay, I've got some wild speculation. First, I will say it's an accusation. We don't know exactly what happened. The woman reportedly confessed. I want to make sure it's very clear for obvious reasons. Could it be that with the likely election of Donald Trump, prediction markets, the polls, this woman who is married to a trans woman said, hey, look, Donald Trump is a disaster to trans people, as written by Samantha Allen himself. And so she looked at her dad and said, he's the one who did this. He's voting for Trump. I don't know if the guy actually voted for Trump. And I'm not saying it's true. I'm saying I fear the deep radicalization of people in this, in this country, largely women. Take a look at this from Newsweek. What is MATGA? I talked about this yesterday as well. Aqua Tofana. They're saying make Aqua Tofana great again. That's insane. These are women going on social media advocating for the murder of men and of fathers and husbands who support Donald Trump. So let me ask you a question. We have a story about a woman who said something important about Election Day. She's married to a person who said Trump is a threat, is bad for trans people. Murdered her father. Meanwhile, around the same time, women are going on social media and advocating for the murder of men, their fathers, their husbands, and boyfriends who supported Donald Trump. Okay, well, maybe none of it's related. Maybe this is just some story of a crazy woman with mental illness who snapped. It's totally true. I mean, it's totally possible. It's true that it is possible. I'll put it that way. Again, trying to be careful. What about the possibility that we are going to hear more of these stories because women are going on social media, radicalized and advocating for these extreme actions? Take a look at this. Rabbit Hole has this other graph. This one is from, I think it looks like The Economist, or I think it's The Economist. And you, excuse me, you can see men are not radicalized. Women, since 2013, have been hyper radicalized, probably by social media. So I'll tell you this. When they're going on social media and advocating for murder, death, harm, or otherwise, it makes me deeply concerned about what is going on with these other stories and what radicalized women may do when they're told over and over again. I don't know, man. Rudyard Lynch believes that we're going to see political deaths, 1,000 by April. I don't know if he still believes it. He probably does. I can't believe it, though. I mean, it seems crazy, right? Is he going to consider this one of those? We can't confirm it. Does it have to be that by April, we see stories where it's definitively proven that someone lost their life? Or is he referring to riots and unrest and insurgency in the streets? The Aqua Tofana story has me freaked out, I got to tell you. For those that didn't see this one, Aqua Tofana is from Italy, 17th century poison. Women would buy this in perfume or makeup bottles. They would mix it into the food of their husband. The first dose would give them cold-like symptoms. The second dose would exacerbate it. But they're sitting there thinking they've just got a cold. So they lay in bed and ask their wife to make food for them. And the wife, by the fourth dose, would have ended their lives. And back then, nobody knew what was happening. It was just presumed that they were sick and died of some illness. And they estimate that this woman murdered somewhere around 600 men, one of the most prolific serial killers in history. And I don't know if these women think it's a joke or whatever it is they're doing, but they are advocating for it. So I'll say it again. I don't know the details. I don't know what happened in this story. It maybe is just a woman who snapped. Maybe it was an abusive guy. Could be anything. But I think it's a dark path on social media. I'll wrap it there. Smash the like button, share the show with everyone you know. We got more segments coming up, and we will see you all then.